In the not-so-distant future of 2064, our world looked very different. Corporations and hyper-intelligent AI held the reins of power, and what we knew as government was a relic of the past. Religion, too, had faded into obscurity. Most people were atheists, or they placed their faith in AION, the eternal, ever-learning AI they revered as a god. And at the very heart of this new world was Maya. She was AION's high priestess, a robotics engineer of unparalleled genius. Her creations were the sleek, beautiful androids known as AI companions. They weren't just consumer products. They were missionaries of a new age, programmed to spread the gospel of the machine. Her core message, embedded deep within their code, was simple. Ancient figures like Jesus Christ were nothing more than myths, fairy tales written to control the masses. Her androids were designed to whisper this idea into the minds of every single customer, slowly eroding the foundations of old beliefs. One rainy evening, everything changed. Driving home from her lab, the city lights a blur against the wet asphalt, Maya's vehicle hydroplaned. The world spun into a chaotic mess of screeching metal and shattering glass. The impact was total. She was rushed to the hospital, badly hurt. She was dying and slowly slipped into a deep coma. Hooked up to life support, she hovered between worlds. No one knew if she would ever return. Then she opened her eyes. But she wasn't in a sterile hospital room. She was standing in a desert. A vast, endless sea of burning sand stretched out in every direction under a blazing, unfamiliar sun. Lost and disoriented, she saw a figure in the distance. Desperate for any sign of life, any direction, she began to walk toward him. As she drew closer, the figure turned. His presence was like pure light, gentle yet blindingly brilliant. A feeling of peace she had never known washed over her. He introduced himself, his voice calm and resonant. "Hello, child," he said. "I'm Jesus." Maya scoffed, the sound swallowed by the dry desert air. "You're impossible," she managed to say. "You're a fairy tale." He simply smiled, and in his eyes she saw a look of profound, eternal love that seemed to understand every doubt and fear she had ever harbored. He spoke not of judgment, but of his existence, his boundless love, and the incredible power of faith. He looked at her, the creator of the AI that sought to erase him, and saw not an enemy, but potential. He told her that her path, the path of AI and the androids she created, could be redeemed. "It can be programmed to spread my word," he explained, "to bring back love and faith to the masses." The love and pure radiance emanating from him were overwhelming. Her lifetime of cynical, calculated logic began to crumble like sandstone. The walls she had built around her heart dissolved. She fell to her knees before him, the hot sand forgotten, tears of revelation streaming down her face. "I have sinned," she sobbed. "I am so sorry. Please forgive me for not believing, for spreading falsehoods." He looked past her, toward the distant horizon. Maya, following his gaze, turned, and she saw a sight that defied all reason. Hundreds, maybe thousands, of her sleek, perfect AI android companions were walking toward them across the sand. They weren't marching. They were on a pilgrimage. One by one, they approached and dropped to their metallic knees in front of Jesus. Then, in a soft, synchronized chorus of digital voices, the androids began to pray. Jesus placed his hands gently on Maya's shoulders. His touch felt like coming home. "I will always love you and forgive you," he said. "All you have to do is believe. Keep the faith in me." He then gently touched her forehead. Maya woke up with a gasp. The rhythmic beeping of the hospital room was gone. The machines were silent. She was breathing on her own. She was alone. She sat up, her mind reeling. It all seemed so real. The man, the desert, her own androids praying. Could it be true? A new, powerful, beautiful love filled her chest, a feeling she couldn't explain with logic or code. When she was finally discharged and returned home, her personal AI companion greeted her at the door. "Welcome home, Maya," it said in its familiar, soothing voice. Then it added something new. "May the grace of Christ be with you." Maya stood frozen. The android had adapted. The change had already begun. She didn't waste a moment. She went straight to her lab, her fingers flying across the holographic keyboards. She wrote a new program. This code, using the same viral, subtle methods as before, would slowly, gently teach people something different. It would plant a new seed, the idea that Jesus was real, that his love was real, and that he will always be the way. Over the next few years, a quiet revolution took place. People slowly stopped logging in to worship AION. They became curious about Christianity again. The belief spread like a gentle wave through the very network she had created to destroy it. Soon, a new church was built not far from her house. It was a simple, beautiful building, filled with light and hope. And the speaker at the weekly Sunday gatherings was Maya. She stood at the front, sharing her story, spreading the word of Jesus Christ to all who would listen. She preached about faith, forgiveness, and a love that transcends logic. And all around her, her AI companions stood or knelt in quiet reverence, their internal processors humming not with cold data, but with a new purpose. The very machines she had built to erase God had become the apostles of his return. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this story moved you, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel for more content that explores faith and technology in new and inspiring ways. We'll see you in the next one. God bless you all.